Hello everyone, welcome back to the Random Fandom. I'm your host, Ravenwood, and welcome to the Transformers collection, Scavenger. Yeah. Oh, dude, you're facing backwards. Here, let me help you out. All right, here's Scavenger. Dude, your shovel, your crane shovel, whatever you want to call it. I forget what it's called. It's covering your face. Here, let me help you out here. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Okay, so I don't know. I'm sorry for this delay. For some reason, he's camera shy. He's just camera shy. So so here's Scavenger. He'll be the first Constructicon that forms Devastator. Sorry, I don't know why I keep looking at the instructions as if it has a script on it. No. He forms Devastator, or he's one of the characters that transforms into Devastator. And here he is. I like him. Like, he's really, I really like this character. Not certain if I've transformed him correctly. I will take a look at the instructions, because when I had him transformed, and then I like de-transformed him for this video, because I had him transformed as one of the as the left, no, the right arm. No, yeah, this is the left, my left, sorry, as Devastator's left arm. Yeah, I had him transformed as Devastator's left arm, and when I de-transformed him, I don't know. Yeah, this is how to properly have him in transformation. Okay, got a little whatever. So as you can see, he's, let me put him a bit closer. There we go. He's a bit limbery, you know. And yes, before you ask, he does have a knee joint. But this is how he looked like in the cartoon. Does he look goofy? Yeah. Now, I recommend popping, I recommend definitely, whoops, not doing that, first of all. That might be, okay, that's not, although, yes, in theory, he can do, he can extend, he can be taller, in theory. That's actually something I just discovered right here on live camera. You can have him, whoops, like, you can have him pose like that, I guess. He's like a little stink bug, but if you want to, you can transform his. You can have him stand a bit taller. it's kind of interesting that if you can manipulate him correctly, you can make him stand taller. What I love here is the extra movable limbs. I don't see. Granted, what's his name? Scorponok. I don't like his movable limb. Because it's hard. It's just hard for transformation, and it's not. I think it is posable, but like his legs do not want to stand still. However, this guy's legs do want to stand still, so I can have him posed a certain way and make it look like he's like some sort of scorpion, right? Yeah, that would be a great weapon to have. And I just like the little, posability, extra stuff, right? And technically, in theory, no, this piece can't swivel. But this piece can technically swivel, but you have to move it very slowly. And so what you can do is have it transform this way, and then have it. Yeah, you can have it in different positions, right? You can have it like that if you want to. He's got a very long backpack, I guess. Could turn it back to the way it's supposed to be, and then just kind of just fold it down like so. It's got this, if you disconnect his shoulder, right, he kind of has a butterfly. I think that's what they're called, butterfly joint. Anyways, you can kind of do this. That's interesting. Like maybe you could reach back and then detach this piece for whatever reason. No. Please note, no. This, like this can be like that for whatever reason. You can have it fully closed or whatever. But please note, no, he can't have any. He can't hold this anywhere. But he can technically hold it, have it plugged into the hand. That way, it'd be like that, into Devastator. Just plug it into Devastator's little hand here. Just have it work like that, I guess. That way it's like, whoops. That way it's kind of like a handy tool. Or you could plug it into some other weapon or whatever. But yeah, you can have it like this. That's cool. That's neat. Right? I know I'm playing with this, but like that's. Oh wait, you can also push his arm up and down. That's something that's is very limited on what he could do. But if you just disconnect certain things, you can technically get a lot of movement out of this guy. Not so it's kind of cool. Of like he's limited, but he's not truly limited. Now I can imagine that there would probably be some gap fillers for this character. You know what gap? If you don't know what a gap filler is, it's basically like a little area where there's like an actual gap, and you could just plug in something there just to hide the hole, even though it's not necessarily needed. Now, obviously, I'm going to keep the gun on his arm here because of for transformation. For transformation purposes. Now, anyways, he's not he kind of is my favorite of the ones because of this just because of this little scavenging tool or digging tool. The light is making my hair look thin. I just noticed that. It's just so bright and so white. Anyways. Alright. Now for transformation, what we're gonna do is pop open this little chest area right here, right? Then take his head and like I this is simple. I like doing this where you just tuck in the head, close that up, and then his head is gone forever. You could just die. I like the way to hide the head. You just remove something here, tuck it in, close it up. I wish I could do that in real life. Turtle my head. Just turn my head into a turtle, or turn my body into like some turtle shell or whatever. I don't know. Become monkey. Become turtle. Now, whoops. I wonder if Transformers are secretly just turtles. If you think about it. Tuck in the arms into each area. Just tuck them in. Just like that. Now these would technically need gap fillers, but like how would that work? How would you utilize the gap filler in transformation unless you just remove it altogether. Then that would not be fun. Parts forming, though, I'm a bit curious about parts forming because, like, oh, that sounds like that might be a 50-50 for people. I kind of like the idea of parts forming because I like the idea of, like, oh, they can disconnect or whatever. I think one of the reasons why people don't like parts forming is because that they might lose certain pieces or whatever, and that's understandable. I don't want to lose any pieces either. But anyways, if you could stand. You are on camera. Okay. Then you have to straighten out his legs anyways, so that's one thing. Now, pull this apart like so. Now this is the part where I have to put him in a kind of a walking pose to keep him standing. Pull that down just a bit. Then we're going to take this piece here. This is what makes him a little asymmetrical, but I don't mind because I'm looking at the front. And we're going to detach it from the side here. Right here is it's attached to the side, so you could just get a wobble it, just give it a nice tug. It's I don't like the hinge that it's on though. And then just move his arms flat to where you can just place it down gently onto there. Stand. Then we're gonna take the arms take the arms and then gotta make sure that take arm number 1, push it all the way up here. Remember the butterfly effect I showed you earlier? Yeah, right here we take this piece and then just push it back, and it's gonna, and if you push on the ends, it will do this. It will just connect onto the slot that's there. This side you gotta do a little bit of convincing because it doesn't want to mesh. Anyways, let's see. Then what we want to do is take the arm, and you see this purple arm joint here. You're gonna pull it down, and it's gonna. Oops, sorry. Let me rewind it. See how it just pulls it down, and then you just push it down like right here. It lines up with. It's going to line up with the rest of the arm, and you're gonna do the same with the other arm. Now notice I still have this gun on here because there's no reason to take it off. Unless you're playing with it and have it in his hand. Now on the sides here, they're going to connect to this thing. And you just want to push them into place. Kind of wiggle it, move it around, just so you can. This one wants to be stubborn. It's probably because he's not lined up properly or something. But you want to, it could be just the arm itself. Just line them up and then push them in. There we go. It did not want to cooperate a second there. Sometimes it can be just simply misaligned, like it's not, because of the fact sometimes it's not like folded, or it's not this device is doing is going up and over right here. Sometimes it's not properly connected here, right? That because that's what the mechanic is doing. It's just pushing this arm over here. Anyways, so that it can then connect right here like that. And it's not, so because of this is not lined up properly because because this is not pushed over here properly, if that makes sense. I hope it does. It probably does not. Now we can now set him on the ground like that, because technically he's ready to roll, almost, but not ready, not quite. Now once we have that connected, we're gonna move this up a bit, and then we're just, now this was pushed out of the way, but we can push this piece back onto the arm and then just push it down and plug it back in. Voila. Now whoops. Now what I've noticed here is I'm assuming that a certain piece, whoops, that you see I'm assuming that, you see this piece here? Yeah, I'm assuming it's supposed to go all the way in here, but no matter how much I push or shove, it's not wanting to do that. But however, that's not, it's not important for the long run. You can actually just ignore it. I want it to kind of just snug it in all the way in, because it just looks symmetrical and whatnot. Anyways, what we're going to do here is rotate this around to where it's facing this way. Have his legs turn a bit this way. This part's a bit confusing, but what we want to do is take the legs, what I like to do, take the legs like that, and then turn them, make sure they're all facing the right way to where they're rotated this way. Just rotate them facing this way so that the entire leg, mind you. Now this one opened up again. Just close it. So now these silver pieces are poking out this way, and then we're going to angle them just like that. Let me, so we're going to fold this down for just a second, and then we're just going to have it placed down like that. Then what we're going to do is, see the little toes or whatever? We're just going to close them shut on both ends. And for the final stretch, we're just going to close them like that. Just close them up and then just push them together. Make sure that the wheels, or at least not the wheels, the treads are lined together properly. everything is all snug, like a bug on a rug. I'm still tempted on to trying to see if I can get that connected. It's not wanting to. Oh well, fine, whatever. Did the joint, the little area connected. Yeah. Anyways, there he is. You put the gun. The instructions will then tell you to put the gun on there or whatever. But I already have the gun on there ahead of time. Yeah. So you can open this up. Huh. Funny, I didn't recognize that at first. Let me. Oh yeah. Anyways, so here he is. Here's Scavenger. Voila. You can stretch it out as far as this way. And, you know, you can do this. You can turn it around, right? But just make sure it's connected while doing so. Don't want it accidentally disconnected. You're gonna have it dig from behind him. Turn it around. Voila. Keep doing this, the same thing over and over. Right? It's cool. He's cool. I like it. He's so cool. I don't know. I don't mean to flex or whatever. But he's just. I don't mean to not flex. What do you call it? I don't mean to like build him up or whatever. Ha! Pun intended. Whatever. Yeah. Gas him up. Sorry. That's the term I think I'm looking for. Gas him up or build him up or whatever. But he's just so cool. He's a little boxy. He's basically a box. He's a little box-shaped little character. But that's why I find joy. And it's just a little box, little characters. They're small. Yeah, he's small. He understands he's small. But he's not out of the league. Now, next what we're going to do is... See this little arm thing? It's supposed to go to him. Now he doesn't. Now this doesn't come packaged with him. This actually comes packaged with someone else. What we want to do is see this little thing right here. We want to close that and put it in the middle here, so that we can get ready for the transformation when we do this live. Or now I'll also show you the other thing. Is that you could put it into here. Now I think there's something else that this thing can do, but I forgot about it. This is not. No. Well, I forgot how to properly put this in back into here or whatever. But anyways. Here is Scavenger. Here's my boy. He scavenges. I'll show you all the articulation, all the other stuff with this arm, but yeah, he is the left arm. And that's it for today's episode. Please leave a like, subscribe, and all the other jazz. I should probably get an 86, Studio Series 86 jazz. No, I do have a Studio Series 86 jazz. He's in the back. Can't see him. Oh. Well, anyways, there, subscribe and all the other jazz. And stay tuned for the next one. Bye-bye!